whisper close to every line. The things you said, the things between the signs. Your laughter filled the empty air, but there were spaces I couldn't share. I reached for you, I tried to stay, but meaning slipped like waves away. I call your eyes, I call your smile, but never the truth beneath the trial. I try to hear what you never said. I build my heart in the spaces you left. I fell between your words so quietly. Where love should live, I couldn't breathe. I reached for you, I reached for more, but the silence left me sore. You spoke in lines I couldn't own, and I was lost, so alone. I fell between your words, between your hands, caught in the space where no one stands. We danced around the truth so light, pretending wrong could feel so right. I memorized every gentle tone, but missed the part you kept your own. I stayed too close, I stayed too far. I love the way you were, not who you are. Every pause, every hidden glance left me tangled in a trance. I wanted more than whispers could give. I wanted the life that you couldn't live. I fell between your words so quietly. Where love should live, I couldn't breathe. I reached for you, I reached for more, but the silence left me sore. You spoke in lines I couldn't own, and I was lost, so alone. I fell between your words, between your hands, caught in the space where no one stands. If love is made of things unsaid, then I'm broken from the words we fled. I gave my all in the quiet air, but you were never fully there. I fell between your words so quietly. Where love should live, I couldn't breathe. I reached for you, I reached for more, but the silence left me sore. You spoke in lines I couldn't own, and I was lost, so alone. I fell between your words, between your hands, caught in the space where no one stands. I still remember the spaces you made, the love I gave that slowly frayed. I fell between your words, and I'm learning to live beyond the hurt.
Wow. 'Cause I know that you love me. 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 'Cause I know that you love
was numb before I knew your name, living days that all felt the same. Then you smiled like the dark was wrong, like I belonged somewhere all alone. You touched my hand, the world stood still. Every fear learned how to heal. I didn't know how fast I'd fall, I didn't know I'd lose it all. You felt like truth, you felt like home, a kind of love I'd never known. I fell inside your light, forgot the way the night survived. You pulled me close, I lost my sight. I fell inside your light. You were the warmth I couldn't find, the reason I believed in time. Now all that's left is empty nights, since I fell inside your light. We made promises we couldn't keep, said forever in our sleep. I read your heart in every glance, thought love had finally found its chance. But something changed, I felt you drift. Your silence was a loaded kiss. You were gone before goodbye, left me asking myself why. I watched you fade without a sound, like heaven falling to the ground. I fell inside your light, let it burn through all my doubts. You held me close and closed your eyes. I fell inside your light. You were the fire in my veins, the only thing that eased my pain. Now I'm alone with all these nights, since I fell inside your light. If loving you was my mistake, I'd make it again anyway. Even broken, I still feel every word you said was real. You don't know how deep you went, how you changed who I became. I'm still standing in the rain, calling out your name. I fell inside your light, even knowing it would fade. Some loves are meant to stay, but they still change your life. You were the dream I couldn't say, the truth I'll never outrun. I lost myself along the way when I fell inside your light. If you ever look back one night, know I loved you with all my might. I fell inside your light, and I never found my way back. I held love gently, afraid it would break, like something fragile I couldn't replace. I never raised my voice on my knees. I loved you in the spaces between. I learned your silence, learned your pain. Told myself patience was the same as giving up the truth I felt just to keep you to myself. I thought if I asked for nothing at all, love would never leave me. I held love gently, too gently to stay. I softened my heart, I faded away. I never demanded, never fought. I lost you with all the love I brought. I held love gently, afraid to be seen. I loved you quiet, I loved you clean. Now all that's left is what I meant. I held love gently. Anyway, we learned to smile instead of speak, to call it peace when we were weak. I swallowed tears to keep us calm, mistook survival for being strong. You drifted where I wouldn't go. I stayed where feelings speak too low. I thought restraint was how we last. I didn't know love needs a voice. I tried to be the safest place and forgot to ask you to stay. I held love gently until it slipped through careful hands and quiet lips. I never begged, I never cried until you were already gone. I held love gently like it was glass, protected it from the future and the past. Now I'm alone with all I sent. I held love gently, and it went. If loving loud was too much to do, I thought loving soft would see us through. But love doesn't live in perfect control. It lives where hearts are losing hold. I don't regret the way I cared. I just wish I'd let you know I was scared of losing you, of being real, of loving more than I could hear. I held love gently, but love is brave. It needs a risk, it needs a flame. I kept us safe from every scar and lost you in the calm. I held love gently, and now I see I should've let you feel all of me. Still I choose you, still I meant every time I held love gently. If I love again, I won't pretend that silence is a shield. I'll hold love honestly, not gently, not concealed. The world was loud, but we were calm. No need for words, no need for charm. I held you close the night around. In silence only hearts can sound. Your breath, your pulse against my chest. A quiet space where we could rest. No fire blazing, no storm to fight, just steady warmth in the softest light. And in that stillness I could see the fragile pieces of you and me. I held you in stillness, held you near through every shadow, through every fear. No need to speak, no need to move, just let the world fade, just feel I grew. I held you in stillness, safe and true. Every heartbeat belonged to you. Even when the night would end, I held you. I held you then. No promises, no rushing hands, just understanding where love stands. I traced your face in the quiet dark, felt your soul leave a gentle mark. Time could pass, the world could spin, but in that stillness we let love in. Every sigh, every gentle touch said quietly, I love you so much. And in the silence we found home. No need to wander, no need to roam. I held you in stillness, held you near through every shadow, through every fear. No need to speak, no need to move, just let the world fade, just feel I grew. I held you in stillness, safe and true. Every heartbeat belonged to you. Even when the night would end, I held you. I held you then. Some love is loud, some love is fire. Some hearts burn with desire, but ours was soft, a quiet song, a place where two hearts could belong. Even if tomorrow calls goodbye, even if the tears come to my eyes, I'll remember the night so free. I held you in stillness, just you and me. I held you in stillness, held you near through every shadow, through every fear. No need to speak, no need to move, just let the world fade, just feel our groove. I held you in stillness, safe and true. Every heartbeat belonged to you. Even when the night would end, I held you. I held you then. And if the world drifts us apart, I'll keep you here inside my heart. I held you in stillness, held you tight, a quiet love that feels so right. I took my time to know your heart, every word, every quiet part. No need to hurry, no need to chase. I found my home in your embrace. We move like rivers, slow and true. Every moment felt brand new. I never forced, I never tried. I just let love grow inside. And maybe that's why it hurts so deep. because the love I held was mine to keep. I loved you without rush, held your heart in gentle touch, took the time to feel it all, even knowing we could fall. I loved you slow, I loved you kind, gave you space and gave you time. But love can slip like sand through hands, even when it understands. We didn't need fireworks or flame, just quiet nights that knew our names. I learned your fears, I learned your dreams. We spoke in glances and silent streams. Yet sometimes slow is not enough to hold a heart that's not in love. I watched you leave, I didn't fight, I let go softly out of sight. I found tried to love could last, but some things fade too fast. I loved you without rush, held your heart in gentle touch, took the time to feel it all, even knowing we could fall. I loved you slow, I loved you kind, gave you space and gave you time. But love can slip like sand through hands, even when it understands. Maybe loving fast would have burned, but I can't rewrite what I've learned. I chose to give, I chose to stay, even if it slipped away. I loved you without rush, even when the world turned to dust. Held your heart with all I had, even when the ending made me sad. I loved you slow, I loved you true, even when it lost you too. I loved you without rush, and that's the way I always love. Some hearts need time, some hearts need fire. I chose the quiet, I chose desire. I loved you without a rush, and in that love I still trust. We never raised our voices loud, we never fought, we never vowed. Our love was built on softer things, unsaid words and broken wings. We learned each other in the calm, in half smiles, holding on. No fire burning through the room, just hearts afraid to bloom. We stayed where feelings barely showed, thinking silence kept us whole. This was a love that chose quiet, love that didn't ask for more. We held back every feeling, left them at the door. No goodbye, no violence, just distance growing wide. This was a love that chose quiet and slowly learned to die. We spoke in looks and gentle space, and timing never quite in place. I waited for you to lean in close. You waited for a sign from me. We kept our hearts on low display, so nothing could break away. But love doesn't survive unseen. It needs to breathe, it needs to bleed. I felt you slipping from my side while we both pretended we were fine. This was love that chose quiet, never brave enough to scream. We let the moment pass us by. We let go of the dream. No anger, no denying, just a truth we couldn't fight. This was love that chose quiet and faded every night. If I had said what I felt then, if you had reached for my hand, would we still be standing here, or was the end already planned? Some loves burn, some loves break. Ours just slowly slipped away. Not from hate, not from pain, just from all the things we never said. And this was love that chose quiet, but silence isn't kind. It leaves you with the echoes and the what ifs in your mind. I don't regret the gentle days or the peace we tried to keep, but this was love that chose quiet, and now it lives in me. If I ever love again, I'll let my heart be loud. I won't lose another love to the safety of quiet now. Been through storms that tore me apart, felt the cold pierce deep in my heart. But you arrived without a flame or rush, a quiet hand, a steady hush. Where others left me worn and gray, you found my colors, made them stay. Even when I tried to hide, you stayed beside me, never denied. I never thought love could feel this real. A gentle touch that helped me heal. You were love that didn't fade me, held me close when the world betrayed me. Through the nights I felt alone, you were the heart that called me home. You didn't run when the shadows grew, you stayed when the sky turned blue to hue. You were love that didn't fade me, the only light that saved me. I've carried scars that no one sees, words that cut like winter trees. But you never judged, you never left, you stayed with me through all the theft. Even in silence, even in pain, even when nothing felt the same, you held my heart like it could fly, gave me the courage to reach the sky. And in your eyes I found my place, a safe harbor, a warm embrace. You were love that didn't fade me, held me close when the world betrayed me. Through the nights I felt alone, you were the heart that called me home. You didn't run when the shadows grew, you stayed when the sky turned blue to hue. You were love that didn't fade me, the only fast, some loves die, some leave nothing but a goodbye. But you stayed steady, you stayed true, and every day I fall for you. You were love that didn't fade me, held me close when the world betrayed me. Through the nights I felt alone, you were the heart that called me home. You didn't run when the shadows grew, you stayed when the sky turned blue to hue. You were love that didn't fade me, the only light that saved me. I'll carry this love through all my days, your gentle heart, your steady ways. You were love that didn't fade me, and in your arms I'm finally free. I remember how it felt that night, the way your hands held mine so tight, like the world had faded to just us two, and every lie we knew felt true. I believed in every whispered word, every laugh, every silent word. Even when the future seemed unsure, your love made my heart feel pure. But love can fade, even when it's real, even when it makes you feel. This was a love that felt real enough, strong as fire, gentle as a touch. Even if it didn't stay, even if it went away, I held it close, I held it true, even knowing we couldn't make it through. This was love that felt real enough, and sometimes that's enough. I trace the shadows where you lay, I hear your voice in words I didn't say. We danced between the could have beens, felt every loss, felt every win. I kept the moments, the in-between, the quiet nights, the spaces unseen. I'll remember all the warmth it gave, even if the world forgot how we brave. Love can leave without a fight, even when it burns so bright. This was a love that felt real enough, strong as fire, gentle as a touch. Even if it didn't stay, even if it went away, I held it close, I held it true, even knowing we couldn't make it through. This was love that felt real enough, and sometimes that's enough. This was love that felt real enough. And even if it wasn't enough, I'll keep the light, I'll keep the flame. I'll remember your name. This was a love that felt real enough. And sometimes that's enough. Even in the quiet after we part, I'll carry the beat of your heart. This was love that felt real enough. And sometimes that's enough. I was just another shadow in the rain, learning how to breathe through all the pain. Every door I touched was locked or cold. Every promise felt already old. Then your eyes met mine like they knew me. Like every scar had a story to tell. For a moment I believed, truly, I was finally safe from myself. You said stay, I'm not like the rest. Your voice felt honest on my chest. I gave you parts I couldn't save. I gave you everything I had. You were the love that found my name, spoke to my heart when no one came. In a world that only knew goodbye, you made me feel alive. But love that finds you can't still leave, still turn into a memory. Now I'm calling out in quiet pain to the love that knew my name. We were writing dreams in borrowed time, swearing forever between the lines. Your hand in mine, it felt so right. Like the dark was scared of our light. I memorized the way you stayed, the way you said we'd be okay. I never saw the ending start. I never heard your breaking heart. You pulled away, I felt the change. Your silence louder than the pain. I asked you once, you looked away. That was when I lost you. You were the love that found my name, held my tears and eased the blame. When I was falling deep inside, you kept me alive. But love that heals can also break, can leave you wide awake. Now I'm whispering through the rain to the love that knew my name. If loving you was all I knew, then losing you became my truth. I still hear you in every song, in every night that feels too long. If I could go back, I'd stay the same. I'd still let you say my name. Even knowing how it ends, I'd still choose you again. You were the love that found my name, taught my heart how to feel again. Even now through all this pain, I don't regret the flames. Some loves fade but never die. They just learn how to survive. So I'll carry you through the pain, my love that found my name. I don't hate you, I just miss who we were and what we meant. You were the love that found my name, and I'll remember you the same. Walk through shadows, through the rain, holding on through quiet pain. Some hearts rush, some hearts stray. You never left, you knew the way. I gave you pieces I thought were lost. You held them close, whatever the cost. Even when the world tried to pull apart, you stayed with the map of my heart. I never thought I'd find a love so true, one that knew exactly what to do. You were love that knew where to stay, stayed beside me through every sway. When storms came hard, when nights were long, you held me steady, you held me strong. You didn't push, you didn't demand, you just gave a gentle hand. You were love that knew where to stay, and never let my heart decay. We didn't need to rush or chase. We found forever in every space. Every glance, every touch said quietly, I'm enough. Even when the tides would rise, even under darker skies, you stayed, you stayed. Like the sun that never fades. And in your silence, I understood the meaning of love that stays for good. You were love that knew where to stay, stayed beside me through every sway. When storms came hard, when nights were long, you held me steady, you held me strong. You didn't push, you didn't demand, you just gave a gentle hand. You were love that knew where to stay, and never let my heart decay. Some loves are fleeting, some loves wrong, but you were patient, you were home. You didn't leave when the tides were high, you stayed and never said goodbye. Even if the world forgets our names, even if life changes its frames, I'll remember the love so true, the love that stayed, the love with you. You were love that knew where to stay, stayed beside me through every sway. When storms came hard, when nights were long, you held me steady, you held me strong. You didn't push, you didn't demand, you just gave a gentle hand. You were love that knew where to stay, and in my heart you'll always stay. Some hearts wander, some hearts stray, but you were love that knew where to stay. We didn't rush, we didn't race. Every moment had its place. Your hand in mine, a gentle fire, a quiet spark that wouldn't tire. I felt you linger, soft and kind, tracing the edges of my mind. No loud words, no sudden flame, just steady hearts that felt the same. And in your touch, I found my way, a love that grows in quiet sway. Love that touched slowly, love that stayed through every fear, through every shade. You didn't rush, you didn't demand, you simply held me with your hand. Every heartbeat, every glance felt like eternity. Touch slowly, soft and true. Every breath was filled with you. We learned the world in gentle strides, shared our hearts with no need to hide. Even when the nights were cold, your warmth remained a hand to hold. No fireworks, no sudden fall, just quiet love that said it all. I traced your face, I felt your soul, your steady love made me whole. And in the stillness I finally knew the meaning of a love so true. Touch slowly, love that stayed through every fear, through every shade. You didn't rush, you didn't demand, you simply held me with your hand. Every heartbeat, every glance felt like eternity and a chance. Love that touched slowly, soft and true. Every breath filled with you. Some loves burn fast, some loves fade, some hearts are lost in the masquerade, but ours move gentle, soft and deep. A love that wakes, a love that keeps. Even if tomorrow calls goodbye, even if I watch the years go by, I'll remember the way you gave. Love that touched slowly, strong and brave. Love that touched slowly, love that stayed through every fear, through every shade. You didn't rush, you didn't demand, you simply held me with your hand. Every heartbeat, every glance felt like eternity and a chance. Love that touched slowly, soft and true. Every breath was filled with you. And if the world pulls us apart, I'll keep your love inside my heart. Love that touched slowly, calm and bright, a gentle warmth in every night. I keep my heart behind closed doors, afraid of wanting something more. Every smile feels like a lie. Every night I barely survive. Then you came in quietly, like you knew the parts of me I didn't say I couldn't speak, but somehow my feelings breathe. You saw me when I disappeared. You held the truth I never said. My feelings breathe when you're near. Every fear starts to disappear. In your arms I'm finally free. My feelings breathe. But now your love is out of reach. I'm drowning in what used to be. Without you here I can't believe my feelings still breathe. We built a home inside a dream, where broken hearts could finally sleep. I trusted every word you said, every promise in my head. But love changed shape. You let me go, left me standing in the cold. I'm still holding what you mean, trying hard to let you leave. You were the calm inside my storm, the only place I felt reborn. My feelings breathe when you're near. Now they choke on missing you. I replay everything we were and everything we couldn't do. You were my truth, my everything. Now I'm learning how to breathe. Without your love I'm incomplete. But my loving you was my mistake, and pain is just the price I pay. I'd do it all again somehow, even knowing how it breaks me now. I don't blame you for the fall, I blame myself for giving all. Still I choose you in a heartbeat, even if it ruins me. My feelings breathe, but barely now. Every memory weighs me down. I smile, but inside I bleed. Still my feelings breathe. Some loves don't stay, they only teach how deep a heart can truly feel. You took the best part of me, but my feelings breathe. If you ever hear this song, know you're where my heart belongs. Even broken, even weak, because of you, my feelings breathe. We walk through time like a quiet stream, softly, slowly chasing dreams. Every word we said, a gentle thread, every touch we gave unsaid. I thought we had forever in our hands, but life moves faster than we planned. I held you close but didn't see how love can fade so silently. We thought patience would keep us alive, but some hearts can't wait to survive. When hearts don't hurt, they drift away, and love too strong can slowly fray. We stayed so calm, we stayed so still, and lost what we couldn't kill. I wanted more, but you held back. I wanted fire, but we lost track. When hearts don't hurry, love slips through. I'm still falling without you. We lingered in the in-between, never rushing, never seen. I memorized your gentle smile, not knowing it would end in a while. We were safe, but not enough. We confused silence for love, and now I reach for what I miss, a fleeting warmth, a vanished kiss. We try to save the love we had by moving slow. We lost what's bad. When hearts don't hurry, they drift away. The love too strong can slowly fray. We stayed so calm, we stayed so still, and lost what we couldn't kill. I wanted more, but you held back. I wanted fire, but we lost track. When hearts don't hurry, love slips through, and I'm still falling without you. Maybe rushing isn't the key. Maybe love is meant to be, but some hearts wait too long, too late, and some love cannot fight its fate. When hearts don't hurry, they drift apart, even if they start with the same heart. We stayed so safe, we stayed so kind, and left the rest behind. I wanted more, but you held back. I wanted fire, but we lost track. When hearts don't hurry, love slips through, and I'm still falling without you. Time moves on, but I remain a heart that waits in quiet pain. When hearts don't hurt, they say goodbye, and I'm still learning how to try. I never thought I'd feel this way. Words were heavy, but hearts can sway. I held my silence, I held my pride. but my heart had something it couldn't hide. I saw you there, just unaware of every thought I longed to share. I waited thinking time could heal, but love was louder than what I feel. And when I finally let it show, the world around me seemed to slow. When my heart spoke first, I gave it all before my mind could build the walls. I whispered dreams I couldn't hold. I let you in, I let you know. I risked the silence, I risked the pain, even knowing it might never remain. When my heart spoke first, I let it fly, even if we said goodbye. You looked at me, your eyes unsure. I tried to measure, I tried to cure the doubt, the fear, the years apart. But I let you hear the beating of my heart. Every pause, every gentle glance felt like a world in a single chance. I didn't wait for you to speak, I let my heart do all the leads. And in that moment I understood, love can be brave and still be good. When my heart spoke first, I gave it all before my mind could build the walls. I whispered dreams I couldn't hold. I let you in, I let you know. I risked the silence, I risked the pain, even knowing it might never remain. When my heart spoke first, I let it fly, even if we said goodbye. Sometimes love is reckless and wild. Sometimes love is tender and mild. I chose the voice I couldn't hide, even if it left me torn inside. When my heart spoke first, I gave it all before my mind could build the walls. I whispered dreams I couldn't hold. I let you in, I let you know. Even if the world turns away, even if we can't stay. When my heart spoke first, I let it soar. Even if we close that door, I don't regret the words I've shown. Even if I end up alone. When my heart spoke first, it spoke of you, and that's the love I knew was true. We met in moments slow and small, like whispered echoes down a hall. I never rushed, you never stayed, yet every glance we shared replayed. The world moved fast, but we were still learning patience, learning will. Every heartbeat, every sigh felt like love could never lie. And in your eyes I found a place where time itself could slow its pace. Where love learns time, we learn to be We whispered dreams we didn't say, traced the night until the day, learning how to bend, not break, learning what we could safely take. I saw forever in your eyes, in every laugh and every sigh. We didn't need a roaring flame, we found eternity in gentle ways. And in your touch I understood time could make our hearts feel good. When love learns time, we learn to be, holding hearts in harmony. No need to hurry, no need to fight. We let the days unfold just right. Even if the world forgets our name, even if nothing stays the same. When love learns time, I'll hold you near through every second, every year. Some hearts burn fast, some hearts fade, but ours is steady, unafraid. Learning slow what it means to give, learning quiet how to live. Even if tomorrow calls goodbye, even if we must let love fly, we'll know we held it, knew it true. We learned how love could grow with you. When love learns time, we learn to stay, even when the world turns gray. No need to rush, no need to fight. We let our hearts be soft and light. Even if the years forget our name, even if nothing stays the same. When love learns time, I'll hold you near through every second, every year. Love isn't fast, love isn't blind. Love learns patience, love learns time. I held the pieces of your smile, kept them close for a little while. Every word we left unsaid haunts the nights inside my head. We walked together hand in hand, but you slipped slowly like shifting sand. I thought our hearts would find a way, but you chose to quietly fade away. I never knew how sharp it could be to lose the love that lived in me. You left love behind and I'm still here, picking up the echoes of what I held dear. The warmth we shared, the dreams we made, faded into the coldest shade. You left love behind, no goodbye, just empty spaces and endless why. I reach for you, but you're gone, and I'm left wondering how to move on. I replay every soft goodbye, every glance, every quiet lie. I thought love could stay the night, but you walked out without a fight. The silent screams where you once stood, I tried to forgive, but I never could. You carried nothing of what we knew, just left a shadow where love grew. I held on tight, I tried to believe, but love is fragile, love can leave. You left love behind, and empty spaces and endless wide. I reach for you, but you're gone, and I'm left wondering how to move on. Some loves burn fast, some loves fade slow. Some hearts break, some hearts don't know how to stay, how to find, how to keep loving the night. I left love behind, but I'll survive, even if it takes a lifetime to revive the pieces of a heart you left. The stolen warmth, the quiet theft. You left love behind, but I remain, learning to feel, learning through pain. Even if you're gone, I'll find my way and hold on to love another day. Carrying the lessons I couldn't leave. I remember you, I remember kind, even if you left love behind. Felt you in the quiet night, a shadow turning into light. Every heartbeat called your name, even when you weren't the same. I traced the memories we made, felt your warmth in every shade. Though time and distance pulled apart, you stayed inside my heart. I tried to let go, tried to move, but every rhythm brought me to you. You stayed in my pulse and every beat. The echo of you makes me complete. I can't forget, I can't pretend. You're the start and the end. Even when the world feels cold and cruel, even when I've broken all the rules, you stayed in my palms, deep inside. A love I can't deny. I see you in the songs I play, in the sunrise of every day. Your laugh, your voice, your gentle hands, like traces left in shifting sands. I tried to hide, I tried to flee, but every breath brings you to me. No matter where I try to run, you're the steady in my drum. I try to forget, try to erase, but every heartbeat finds your face. You stayed in my pulse and every beat. The echo of you makes me complete. I can't forget, I can't pretend. You're the start and the end. Even when the world feels cold and cruel, even when I've broken all the rules, you stayed in my pulse, deep inside. A love I can't deny. Maybe love is never gone, it lingers on, it carries on. In every pulse and every sigh, I feel you live and never die. You stayed in my pulse and every beat. The echo of you makes me complete. I can't forget, I can't pretend. the same. You stayed in my pulse, you stayed in me, forever part of my heartbeat. I learned to love from far away, when nothing hurts, when nothing stays. I built my walls like they were home, so I'd never feel alone. Then you stood just close enough, not too near, not giving up. You never crossed my fragile line. You just waited by my side. You didn't rush, you didn't chase. You loved me at my safest pace. You were my safe distance, close but not too deep, where I could feel your presence and still fall asleep. You were my safe distance, the space where I could breathe. I never knew how much I needed you until you started leading me. You held my hand without demand, let go when I couldn't stand. You read my silence like a prayer, like you really cared. I thought love meant staying apart, protecting every fragile part. I didn't see the cost of fear, I didn't know you disappeared. I mistook space for something strong. Now I know I was wrong. You were my safe distance, when love fell under control. I gave you pieces, never all. Still you gave me your soul. You were my safe distance, until the distance grew. Now there's nothing safe about the space since I lost you. I see you now in empty rooms, in every almost, every soon. I wish I'd let you closer in before the end, before the end began. If I could go back, I'd choose brave. I'd risk the hurt, I'd risk the pain. I'd tear down walls, I'd cross the line, just to feel your heart with mine. You were my safe distance, now you're so far away. I held you just outside my reach and watched you fade. You were my safe distance, my almost, my regret. I kept you safe from breaking me, but lost you in the end. I don't blame you for walking free. I was scared of what love could be. You were my safe distance, now you're my memory. I drifted through the storm alone, searching for a place called home. The world was loud, my heart unsure. Then you came quietly, so pure. Your hands didn't push, your eyes didn't bind. You stayed beside me, gentle, kind. In the chaos, in the rain, you were the calm that eased my pain. I never knew a love so still, a love that held me without will. You were my soft anchor in the tide, the place I leaned when I couldn't hide. When the wind blew hard, when I lost my way, you held me steady, didn't sway. You didn't ask me to be strong, you didn't rush, you just belonged. You were my soft anchor, my quiet home. Even when I felt alone, I watched the world pull at your hands. You gave me love that understood demands. We never shouted, we never raced, but your steady heart held its place. Even when I feared the fall, even when I gave you nothing at all, you stayed, you stayed, like the tide returning into the bay. And in your silence I found grace, a love that time could not erase. You were my soft anchor in the tide, the place I leaned when I couldn't hide. When the wind blew hard, when I lost my way, you held me steady, didn't sway. You didn't ask me to be strong, you didn't rush, you just belonged. You were my soft anchor, my quiet home. Even when I felt alone. Some love is loud, some love is fire, but yours was calm, my heart's desire. It didn't need to fight or prove, it only stayed, it only soothed. Even if the storms would take me far, even if life left its scar, I'd still remember, I'd still know. Your love was soft, but it let me grow. You were my soft anchor in the tide, the place I leaned when I couldn't hide. When the world felt heavy, when I lost my way, you held me steady, didn't sway. You didn't ask me to be strong, you didn't rush, you just belonged. You were my soft anchor, my quiet home. Even when I felt alone. And if I drift again someday, I'll remember how you stayed. You were my soft anchor, my heart safe, babe. The world was spinning, I lost my ground. Every sound, every light, constant sound. Then you came softly, like the rain, and eased the ache, and soothed the pain. Your voice didn't push, your eyes didn't plead, you simply stayed, gave me what I need. In every chaos, in every storm, you were the place I felt safe and warm. I never knew love could be so still. A quiet peace, a tender thrill. You were my true calm, my steady light, the gentle heart that made things right when everything else was out of place. I found serenity in your embrace. You didn't rush, you didn't demand, you simply held me with a steady hand. You were my true calm, my quiet home, even when I felt alone. I've walked through nights that never end, felt every heartbreak, felt every bend, but you stayed close, a gentle guide, a lighthouse where my fears could hide. We didn't need fireworks, didn't need flames, just understanding in your name. Even in silence, your love spoke loud, lifting me up above the clouds. And in your quiet I finally knew the kind of love that always stays true. You were my true calm, my steady light, the gentle heart that made things right when everything else was out of place. I found serenity in your embrace. You didn't rush, you didn't demand, you simply held me with a steady hand. You were my true calm, my quiet home, even when I felt alone. Some love is loud, some love is fire, some hearts are storms, some hearts inspire. But yours was soft, your heart was mine, a gentle love that stood through time. Even if tomorrow calls goodbye, even if the tears fill my eyes, I'll hold this truth, I'll hold this bond. You were my true calm, you were my true calm, my steady light, the gentle heart that made things right when everything else was out of place. I found serenity in your embrace. You didn't rush, you didn't demand, you simply held me with a steady hand. You were my true calm, my quiet home, even when I felt alone. And if the world drifts us apart, I'll keep you safe inside my heart. You are my true calm, my quiet song, a love that's patient, a love that's strong.